And by the way, this even troubled some of the greatest theologians of all time. Check out Augustine here, who realized that there was a big problem when it came to evil. He said, God created all things. Is that true? Yeah, it's supposed to be. According to the scriptures, he created all things. Second, evil is a thing, therefore God created evil. How could a being that's supposed to be all good create evil? This was a problem for Augustine in about 400 AD. We're going to come back to it later. He ultimately solved the problem. You look at these two premises to this argument and then the conclusion. You've got to find a flaw in one of these two premises to say the conclusion's wrong. Which premise has the flaw? Evil is not a thing. But evil is like rust in a car. Right? If you take all the rust out of the car, you got a better car. If you take all the car out of the rust, you got nothing. You see, evil is like a parasite. It can't exist on its own. It can only exist as a lack in a good thing. So we'd say evil is like rust in a car, evil's like rot in a tree. If you take all the rot out of the tree, you got a better tree. What if you take all the tree out of the rot? You got nothing. The rot only exists in a good thing, in a tree. A totally moth-eaten garment is a hanger, right? It doesn't exist anymore. So evil can't exist unless there's something known as good. But good can't exist unless what? Unless God exists in an objective way. You could say, well, it's not really, it's my preference that this is right or wrong or good or bad. Well, that's just a preference. That's not objective. Objective is an object outside of ourselves, an authoritative standard, which is what we mean by God's nature. So Augustine finally realized that evil is not a thing. God didn't create evil. He created the possibility for evil. What did he create? Human beings who have free will, who could do evil.